Sorghum. Sorghum is a nutritious staple food for more than 60 million people in Ethiopia and grown by more than 5 million households. 70% of sorghum grain is consumed domestically or used as forage, fuel, and building materials. Sadly though, about 30% of it is lost in post-harvest due to poor storage and processing technologies, and sadly so, even at the face of drought. Drought is not new to Ethiopia, but in recent times, they have been more severe and frequent in exposing farmers to food and animal feed shortages. The high population growth also demands high sorghum production, which can improve through access to drought-tolerant early maturing varieties, better access to pre- and post-harvest technologies, linking the product with a market for farmers and enabling them to get better income, thereby changing their livelihoods. With this in mind, it has therefore been possible to produce surplus sorghum grain by using improved varieties and inputs to address key limitations in sorghum production. To address key limitations to sorghum production and availability to smallholder farmers in Ethiopia, Cultivate Africa's Future Fund, CultiAF, a program of IDRC and the Australian Centre for International Agricultural Research, ASIAR, funded the Ethiopian Institute for Agricultural Research and the University of Queensland, Australia, to find solutions to the challenges of sorghum production for the farmers in Ethiopia, and by breeding and supplying drought-tolerant and early maturing sorghum varieties like Agiti, Fedis, and Melkam. The project provided over 8,850 farmers with training in optimal planting times, soil fertility, and water management. The trained farmers have been sharing their knowledge of the technologies with other farmers. The technologies have spurred sorghum production to a record harvest from 2.7 tons to 4.2 tons per hectare, and thus improving economic well-being of approximately 240,000 disadvantaged rural Ethiopians, particularly women and children. This is certainly good news. However, the benefits were compromised due to poor or lack of appropriate way to safely store the grain. To tackle this problem, the project introduced Paju-improved crop storage bags. These 3-layered bags prevent oxygen from reaching the crop inside, and with that the grain is stored for up to 6 months without reducing its quality. With that, farmers are able to sell their crop when they choose to and at a higher price, rather than being forced to sell immediately following harvest when competition is high and prices are low. Farmers have been made aware of values they can add to their sorghum and the prospective market for their produce, especially within the injera value chain. A traditional thin flatbread that is widely consumed in Ethiopia. This food is typically made with teff flour, but using a blend of teff and sorghum allows farmers to produce the best quality injera flour that has the best market price. Back at the farms, a long-time threshing challenge needed to be a modern solution. The CultiAF project engineered a threshing equipment that enables farmers, particularly women, thresh half of a hectare of sorghum grain in 1 hour. Women in Ethiopia now have more time to focus their efforts on alternative income-supporting work, and children are less likely to miss out on school. Furthermore, many farming households have optimized their resilience to climate change and wide-scale transformation.